Upshani, we are talking cars. We're looking into the current facelifted version of the current generation Tiguan, and this is the R Line variant. So it comes spec'd with the dolphin gray color, and that plus the use of chrome as well as piano black, I think it makes for a menacing car. It's like a plate of several colors. You just want to dig in and dig in. It looks amazing from the front, and I particularly like the combination of the two materials. In this application, I think it really works. I like the C shape of the chrome that makes the C shape. I like the use and placement of the PDC on this one because it's placed in the right areas on the bumper, meaning that scratching your car or your paint job will be a mission and a half. So if you squint or blink, you won't really see, but there is a small R line logo. Well, it simply says R, but it's there if you want to use it or see it. And these headlights, these are IQ Matrix headlights, borrowed or inspired by the Golf 8. These feature LED technology and integrated LED daytime running lights. Nice. Moving over onto the side profile, you then notice that you get really big 20-inch Suzuka alloy rims. These are an optional extra, meaning that you pay extra for these, and standard it comes equipped with 19-inch rims. But I like it in this color, in this dark graphite color, and the dolphin gray, it really works. So beneath your side mirror is the R line logo right next to your indicator, which is there, remains small, but it looks nice nonetheless. And yeah, the use of chrome is also evident throughout. So there's a chrome strip running over from this area, and it then goes through to the back. And yeah, the use of chrome, as I did mention, it is the theme. It's everywhere in your bumper insets, inside the lights, outside the lights, on the grill, everywhere. You then find it on the window surrounds, and couple that with the use of silver roof rails. I think this is a winning package. This is the spec to have in terms of the exterior. Spec it like this, and yeah, it's a nice love affair. So the front lights on the Tiguan mimic the front lights found in the Golf. The rear lights on the Golf mimic the rear lights found on the Tiguan. So this is it. This is the new Golf. This is the grown-up version of the new Golf. Nice. So from the rear, the same theme continues. The use of piano black and chrome is everywhere. It's on the badge. The Tiguan scripting is finished in chrome, and there's a chrome strip over this area which then runs to the other side. Right beneath it is an LED bar. Is it an LED? I'm not too sure of that. It's a light bar, let's call it that. Right beneath it is then this diffuser finished in gloss black, which looks nice, and it features these chrome insets, and in between there's nothing. So there are no exhaust tips or anything like that. That's underneath the car, standard. You also then get this PDC, which is out over there, meaning that for your parking needs, everything is easily taken care of. Underneath the badge is a rear view camera, and this is it from the back. So since this comes equipped with keyless entry and start, this is the key fob. Nothing fancy, nothing wow, just okay. Yeah, it also comes with that feature that I do like, especially from a car of this magnitude, whereby I simply extend my hand and the car unlocks. I like that. Let's step inside. On the inside, you find this clean interior. It's clean, it's nicely designed. Yeah, it smells of luxury inside here. So as we do things here, we start with the door card. Soft material used over there. There's a carbon-like fiber. There's a carbon fiber-like material used over there. I think this is plastic, but it looks really nice. It's nice and classy. And then these chrome steady door handles. Yeah, VW and quality are synonymous with each other. Nice touch, soft point, nicely padded area, so it's nice for my arm. Yeah, hard plastics used over there, but doesn't look like it's really gonna scratch easily or anytime soon. So I like that. And then this is where you then operate your windows controls and these electric heated side mirrors. Really nice. And then you unlock and lock the car over there, and then you can also open the boot area from here. Look at this big opening. I mean, this is huge. The bottle can definitely fit in there. and it's like a carpet inside, so I really like that. It won't really, you can put coins in here and they won't really be making a noise. I like that. So you can fit quite a number of items on this door. Stepping inside, you then find these electronically or power adjustable front driver and passenger seats, which are, they have these settings there to then set the memory, meaning that if one or two people use the same car, you can then elect maybe to use seat number or setting number 1 for your use and preference. Lumbar support over there, goes up and down, reclines or not, really nice. This is a really nice seat, which is very, very comfortable. This is leather, and yeah, you notice the, should I call it white? It's not really white, gray. Yeah, gray. Gray stitching and piping used throughout. I like that. So there's also a very small hidden R logo that is on the seat. Nice, clean, classy. From the rear of the car, I'm a fan of how everything is done in here. The layout is quite simple and everything feels well thought out. So with the door card, it is directly identical to the one in front. So soft plastic. Is it soft? No, not really. It isn't soft. Okay, that's a surprise. It looks soft, but it's not. Hard plastics used over there. Nice carbon fiber like finish. I like that. Nice and soft area with like gray stitching. Nicely padded armrest, which is nice and supportive. Steady door handle, and another handle over there. Yeah, anyway, really nice and big pocket over there, so you can really store a number of items inside. And once again, it's like it has this carpet like material, which is nice, great. So stepping inside, you will then notice that gray stitching and piping is used on the seat as well, and these seats look really nice. Hope you can pick it up, but yeah, everything is well thought out, well laid out, and yeah, I really am a fan. How everything has been done in this end. I am quite impressed. I am not easily impressionable, but yeah, the Tiguan is quite making a statement for itself. So you can then open the seats using this lever over there, but I won't do it right now. And since this is a family-sized SUV, it makes sense to cater for the kids. So there are isofix mounting points over there and on the other side. So yeah, the kids are definitely coming along on a road trip. But which other car would you rather do it in besides this nice R Line Tiguan? So opening the center armrest, then you get at first I didn't really understand or like this type of drinks holder, but I guess it makes sense. So either two big ones or one smaller in there. Nice. The passengers as well also get a 12-volt power supply, which is open over there. And then in terms of convenience, then these aircon vents for their cooling and heating pleasure. So it is nice and spacious from the rear. So there's good leg room, there's good headroom, and yeah, it's a comfortable place to be at. There are also one or two pockets that are over there, so you can fit like a phone or a wallet, and there's the big one or the main one over there. So in terms of space and the layout and how everything has been used from the rear, I like. These also light up at night. So there's a smaller light which is in there. In fact, it is on right now, but you won't really pick it up, but it's there. Take my word for it. Nice, well done. So from the inside, everything used is really nice. You get a premium feel from the seats, from the interior as well. So let's quickly open the blind just like that. And this is a must-have option if you are in South Africa. We really do like or love our sunroofs. Then you can then open it just like that. Great, it is big. It goes all the way to the back. Wow, wonderful. I like that. So now that we have a bit of fresh air coming through, and yeah, ventilation is great, visibility is now great, there's a sense of fresh air coming through. Ooh, what a nice place to be at. So these seats are comfortable, these seats are nice. I like the type of stitching used, I like the quality and feel of it. So as for the center armrest, it is nicely padded, so it's nice and soft, and you can then open it to access a bit of space. It's not as big but functional. I really like the design of these drinks holders. They are nice and adaptable, so nothing will then be floating around. So if I have something that is bigger, then I can simply put it over there. I like that. It's not going anywhere. The layout is quite simple. Everything is where it should be. Notice that there are no physical buttons for you to use over there. You simply depend on these I don't know what to call them, on these buttons I guess, and you simply touch to simply operate and do whatever. This is where you then operate the heated seats, the functionality, the dual air conditioning, the dual zone air conditioning system. But I also like that the fact that it's, you know, the two parts are not integrated into one. On the Beijing, you could only operate the aircon by going into the menu. In this application, you do have separate controls for either. Nice. Let's turn it off. Yeah, really nice. So there is a good space that is offered by the glove box, so you can fit 1 or 2 items in there, and it's nice and deep. Notice how the laptop actually fit on the pocket, which is nice, testament to how big that door pocket is. The use of carbon fiber-like material is also there, and the dashboard is nice and soft, nicely painted. So there's also this hidden storage area that can then house a phone or 2. Accessing the infotainment screen is easy as that. Layout is simple, does what it needs to do, you know, high quality. And let's show you what the reverse camera looks like. Resolution is quite good, and yeah, you can really see kids playing in the background, so we are safe when I'm piloting this machine. So yeah, only the entry-level Tiguan doesn't have PDC as standard. I think the front PDC is not standard on that one. But moving across the entire range, then everything is standard. Great. I love it. Onto the steering wheel, nicely designed, flat bottomed. Looks perforated, but it's not. But it's nice to hold in this 10 o'clock position. Great. Nice and compact, finished in leather as well. I like that. As far as this part is concerned, maybe not so much, but it works, it does what it needs to do. There's a special R logo used over there. Nice. Oh, lest I forget, there's a bit of space for you to store 1 or 2 coins over there. Great. And that is it from the front. Well, it's not it, I almost forgot. You also get a 12-watt power supply, 2 USB Type-C ports over there, and this rubberized phone area. I think this is where you would spec your, what is it called, your induction charger. Yeah, charging induction, something like that. That's where you'd spec it, and this is where you can then house your phone. It doesn't really move around. There's a quality material used. I like that. So in terms of accessing the boot area, you can do so simply by either opening it there or using this key fob. Press and hold, and it pops out just like that. Let's get closer and inspect what the boot area looks like. So the boot opening for me, yeah, for the size, I think it's quite, I'd be happy with it. And obviously these seats also fold down. You can do so. You can open the other ones from there, and then the other ones from there. Nice light for you to see at night. There's a 12-watt power supply over there, and then space, like it's a hang. This is a hanger, so you can hang 1 or 2 items or a shopping bag, and same thing on the other side. So in terms of space and mounting points, everything is, you know, perfectly laid out. There's also a pocket on the side which is nice and deep, and it's there for your convenience and nice for video to give me the bag. Then if you open this area over there, then you find a big spare wheel, which is nice. A fully sized spare wheel. This is 17 inches in size. It looks great, Michelin rubber. So yeah, for those potholes, should they give you an issue, then you've got the solution right here. Nice. Initial driving impressions in the city. the Tiguan is quite comfortable, you know, as bumps come through, even though we're rolling on 20-inch tires. Yeah, I can merely feel that I just hit a bump, but nothing permeates permeates the car or onto the interior. Nothing makes it through. Steering wheel is nice and direct, and this is the normal driving mode. Quite an uneven road, but I'm very comfortable, and the seats are amazing. Seats are amazing. I love that. Yeah, driving impressions, the seats are quite positive. A solid, I can't really rate it, because yeah, it will get me into trouble, but yeah, really impressed. Pickup, 250 Newton meters of torque, and then it gets a bit loud in here, like slightly. Well, in terms of the noise, the engine noise, yeah, the engine noise really does make its way through onto the interior of the car if I give it the beans. But besides that, I really would be happy driving this car every day to work. Honestly, it is nice and quiet. Can hardly hear the interior idle. I mean the engine, sorry. I can hardly hear the engine idle. And yeah, it's a very comfortable space to be in. Visibility is great. I can see throughout the car. Transmission. Oh, it didn't mention transmission. Yeah, you know, when it comes to DSGs, you should know that they're possibly one of the most comfortable DSGs out there. So how it changes is seamless. Changing from first to second, can't even tell. You don't even feel, you don't feel anything. Can't really tell. Yeah, in terms of gear changes from second to third, first to second, nothing. Great. In terms of the gear shift quality, I love it. So when it comes to a general observation of mine, any car that has like over 200 Newton meters of torque is fairly adequate for everyday use. So when it comes to this one, I've heard a few people mention how maybe the engine is not so powerful and so forth, but in this application and what you buy it for, as an urban cruiser, excuse the pun in there, as an urban cruiser, as something that I drive around town to work, take family on a long holiday with, 250 Newton meters of torque is okay. I wouldn't say it's plenty, but it's satisfactory. Like, I'm not complaining with that. What a really nice car to be driving. Everything works and works well, as it should. A very pleasant machine. So it's just a pity that I can't really explore its sporty dynamics in this setup, but we'll have to try another day. And anyway, who buys a Tiguan to go around racing in? Okay, but I guess there's a market for it, because there's a Tiguan R in the market, which has the engine from the Golf 8R, offers you 235 kilowatts of power as well as 400 Newton meters of torque. Great, plenty. Nice and direct steering wheel, and a quick U-turn over there to just quickly, easy to maneuver. Great, easy. More than enough power for my use and application. I think an SUV of this nature, especially in the 1.4 guys, you don't really need much power to get going. 110 kilowatts is plenty, and then as well as 250 newton meters of torque. I wouldn't complain about that. Yeah, everything just works out as it should for me. It's a very comfortable SUV. It's a really nice driving experience. I'm not complaining about NVH levels. That is noise, harshness, vibrations. Nothing is vibrating inside here. It's not harsh at all, and yeah, everything is just really nice. I'm enjoying the car. I think if you want more power, I wouldn't use disappointed as the word. Just look elsewhere or look for a bigger engine. You can get a 2-liter TSI with 162 kilowatts and 350 newton meters of torque. And if you opt for the diesel variant, then that offers you 130 kilowatts and 380 newton meters of torque. I think that would then make a great long distance a great long distance vehicle for the family. But this, the 1.4 TSI with 110 kilowatts, for me it's more than enough power. Yeah, and you won't really drive it like you stole it. It's your car, you pay your hard-earned cash for it. You want to enjoy the car and enjoy what it has to offer you. And for me, this is a car that offers me convenience in terms of how easy it is to maneuver around town. Doesn't really shake from one end to another as when cornering, and everything is just nice and easy to use. You know, the gearbox is nice and sweet. It's very quiet. You can hardly hear anything move or change. Well, not hardly, you can't. In fact, I can't hear change, and I love that. In comfort mode, it's great. Let's put it in sports mode and see what it really offers us. So the dials have become red, they have changed, and we're just going to try and immediately changes down quickly. You will notice that what is it called, steering wheel has become slightly harder, so it offers you a lot more control. Throttle response has been increased, so as soon as you tap it, it gets up and goes. And yeah, like, I am not one to complain about power at all in this car. I think it does what it needs to do perfectly, so without a doubt. The pins quickly, off we go. You know, it does get slightly loud. In fact, it doesn't get loud, you just hear the engine whine. That's it. Yeah, let me correct myself. It doesn't get loud, the engine just whines a little bit more and you hear it. But something that you can live with easily on a daily basis, definitely. And yeah, if for those overtaking maneuvers on the highway or anyway, it's easy to then do that. Okay, it holds onto the gears for a lot longer in sports mode. Yeah, we don't really need that, do we? Okay, interesting settings over there. Go back to normal. And then you can hear it breathe. I'm loving this SUV. So in terms of why you would want to buy this SUV, it looks great, it is nice to drive, easy to maneuver, it is fairly quick in my opinion. Yeah, I have no complaints whatsoever. It is a thoroughly enjoyable driving experience, I must say. I must insist and repeat on that. Uphill in sports mode, we give it the beans, pulls nicely. So most people who drive SUVs, because SUVs are the way to go these days, they want something a lot more comfortable, which offers you a high driving position, and in that manner you do feel in control of the car and you can really see from far, so your visibility is great in that sense. I think this matches it to the T. So for the price that you pay, and yeah, I mean, I'm not really going to complain about the price. I think cars are expensive these days, and this is yeah, a good value offering. So you might complain here and there and say it's slightly overpriced, maybe, I don't know, but as far as what I get from the car in terms of the feel of the interior, the drive, the quality of it, it is worth the price. It's spot on in my case. I would happily buy this sort of car for this sort of money. And speaking of money, that will be handled a bit later on, so stay tuned for that. Engine and gearbox pairing, perfect, seamless, no complaints there whatsoever. The handling part of it, minimal body roll, especially for an SUV, which is great around corners. And noise levels are okay, really good. In fact, they're not okay, they're quite good. It's a pit, I can't test it on the highway because of time, but yeah, otherwise a solid product, a solid offering, no complaints from me. And yeah, this car, I believe it's in its natural habitat. This is not an off-roader by any chance. I know the 2 liters offers you full motion drive, which is power being sent to all the wheels. This is a 2-wheel drive, so power is sent to the front wheels only. And this is what you buy and use the Tiguan for, to drive around town, to go to work, to fetch the kids, to go, buy 1 or 2 things at the shops, to go, yeah, simple as that. So in that sense, in this application, it makes a lot of sense. You get a lot more car for your money. And I must add, the car looks very beautiful, right? It's a beautiful car to look at, especially in this color. It's stunning. The 20-inch rims look amazing. Yeah, I wouldn't opt for them though, because I value or prefer comfort over looks. But that's just a me thing. Maybe I'm old, I don't know. Maybe I'm an old soul. So when it comes to the warranty and pricing, the warranty is really good. So it's okay, well, not really that good, but you get a 3-year 120,000 kilometer warranty, a 5-year or 90,000 kilometer service plan, and if you opt for the R, this is only specific to the R, and then you get a 5-year or 100,000 kilometer maintenance plan. So what is the difference between the two? A service plan is only there to then cover the services. That would be your oil change, your scheduled service, which is once a year or every 15,000 kilometers. Then they then change the oil, your air filter, your oil filter, cabin filter, and that's it. That is what is covered in your service. Then if you if you then have the maintenance plan, they would then cover certain wear and tear items. What are those? Your wiper blades could then be covered, so they will change that for free. Your brake discs, your brake pads, and so forth. So it is the more comprehensive of the two. When it comes to pricing though, hey, yeah, no, katika. You either have to be politically connected, be a blesser or a blessee, I don't know, do scheme on the side, have a snake maybe, I don't know. Yeah, no, pricing is something else. So as I was driving the car, I could see the way people were looking at me. They're like, the eye they were giving me gave me that impression that this is the last time driving that car. Consult a man, it's that sort of car. Or easy, you could just study, be educated, study, and then you can afford this car. So pricing in the real market, not from VW, because if you opt for one from VW, then you're gonna pay 753,700 rand for the R Line, and then the 1.4 TSI then begins or starts from 614,000. In the market, however, which is the real world, the 1.4 TSI starts from 520,000, and then the R Line expects to spend anything, or the minimum that you will spend is then 700,000 going up. So if you then opt for the bigger engines, and then you're gonna nothing less than 700,000. And the R, that one you must just be a millionaire to own one, because it's priced over $1 million. So be a millionaire, buy the car. Anyway, so when it comes to model specification and engine choices, so you get a 1.4 engine, which is then shared amongst 3 models. That is the 1.4 TSI, the 1.4 TSI Life, and the 1.4 TSI R Line. They all share the same engine, 110 kilowatts, 250 newton meters of torque. They have a 6-speed DSG, and power is sent to the front wheels. If you then need more than that, you then get 2 petrol 2-liter engines and 1 2-liter diesel. So starting with the diesel engine, it offers you 130 kilowatts and 380 newton meters of torque. So this, for me, would definitely be the pick of the bunch, because for an SUV of this size, I prefer to drive it in a very relaxed manner, and I think it makes a lot of sense for those long distance trips and so forth. So for those driving style and dynamics, for me, the diesel variant would be the pick of, would be my one. If you opt for the 2-liter petrols, you then get one which offers you 162 kilowatts of power and then 350 newton meters of torque. If you get the bigger one, which has the same engine shed as the Golf 8R, this one is the Tiguan R, then you get 235 kilowatts of power and then 400 newton meters of torque. Please also note that the differences between, when in terms of newton meters, the difference between the diesel variant and the one from the R engine is only 20 newton meters. So 380 newton meters of torque versus 400 newton meters of torque. So yeah, good, great.